Hello, everyone. Let's get this party started. Good afternoon or good morning, depending upon where you are. Thanks for joining me today on our weekly sales training. Today's topic is how to sell the importance of online listings to your customers and your clients. My name is Song Ratanavong. I'm the Director of Sales here at Vendasta, and I want to thank you all for joining me today and taking the time out of your busy schedules. Over the past number of years that I've worked here, I've had a chance to partner with many of you and connect with many of you. I always appreciate the time I get to spend with you, and I love meeting new people. A few housekeeping items that I want to take care of before we get started. Don't forget to sign up for our Product Insider, as it's going to keep yourselves in the know on the latest products improvements that we've done, happenings in the industry, and some of the things going on here at Vendasta, such as VendastaCon. Another great resource for our partners. If you need access to presentation templates or training videos, go to our support center. It's going to go a long way in answering a lot of the questions that you have, and it's a great resource for any type of marketing materials or sales training. So let's get started on how to sell listing solutions to your customers and your clients. When was the last time any of you cracked open a phone book? I imagine many of you, it's been a long time. Most places don't even deliver them anymore. Well, online listings are now your new digital phone book. It's the place where this business information can be had on a number of sites. This includes Google, online directories, and now even Facebook. So when you're looking to sell a listing service to a potential customer or prospect, there's two groups that work really well for this. The first group would include new businesses that have just opened. They're an excellent prospect because they have no online footprint. They have no listings. So you can go and update a whole bunch of sites, make them look good quickly. The second best group of people to go out after when you're prospecting are the businesses that have recently moved. These, of course, are going to be good because all of the information online is inaccurate or incorrect, and it needs to be updated. That being said, though, established businesses need help too managing their listings, as this is extremely difficult. It's not easy to manage a business listings across many different sites without the proper knowledge or the right tools. So what is the definition of an online business listing? Quite simply, it's the basic information a customer needs to get connected to that business. So how do we get hold of those businesses by phone? How do they come in? Where are they located? How do I find the information I need on the products and services that they sell? This information, of course, is going to include the business's name, their address, their phone number, and their website. More and more research is being done before anyone actually shows up at the store. The most recent stats suggest that 80% of buyers' decisions have already been made before they even show up at the store. What this says to me is that the businesses that provide consumers or potential customers with the necessary information to make their purchasing decisions, they're the ones that win. They're the ones that are giving information to those people based upon what they see online. So why are listings important? Well, because number one, it ties into sales for local businesses. If people can't find them, or they know what they do well or what they sell, there's very little chance of them getting that person's business. Optimizing a business listing is going to help those businesses get new customers and ensure that they get repeat customers. So where do the business listings information come? It comes from many sources. The most influential sources are the data providers, the business owners themselves, government sources, and telephone companies. However, Google's going to crawl the web looking for business information wherever it can find it. And this may be online directories, it could be review sites, local newspaper sites, websites, and even blogs. Trying to figure out where these sites get this information is impossible. They get information all over the web. Even worse, a lot of this information gets shared, especially when it's wrong. There's so much sharing of information across the web that when you factor in users sharing content as well or generating content, it starts to get messy. and become impossible to pinpoint the cause of this erroneous data. Unfortunately, there is no magical way we can instantly update the web. It's just too big, it's too vast. But we can do our best by ensuring our clients have the best strategy that's going to fit their needs and improve their listings. These strategies are going to involve a three-pronged approach: some manual claiming. This should include all the major sites, especially the ones that they're getting reviews, because they need to be responded to. You'll also want to ensure that you update the data providers so that this correct business information is going to get disseminated over time across the web. And then for instant fixes, we can update certain sites with direct access to our listing sync product. Explaining all of this to your customers is going to be difficult for them to comprehend, but I don't think you really need to. I think most business owners understand the importance of websites like Google and Facebook, Yelp, and Bing. I don't know if many of them have heard of data providers and then they really need to know much about them. But we need to explain to these businesses that their listings are extremely important if they want to attract new customers. Search engines like Google will rank them higher if they have consistent listings across the web. So to get them ranked higher on these sites like Google, their listings need to be accurate and consistent, and they need to be listed on as many sites as possible. One of the best anecdotes that can describe the importance of search ranking and being on that first page of Google is: where's the best place to hide a dead body? Well, of course, it's the second page of Google searches, because no one ever goes there. When we talk about online listings, it's important to talk about the customer's journey to buy or to purchase. At the very top of the funnel for any given business is going to be that awareness. This awareness is created through both traditional and digital advertising by those people watching television commercials, seeing billboards, listening to radio ads, and there's also other forms of digital advertising now that include search engine marketing and social marketing. This, of course, this awareness, what it creates is it creates additional research. So turning these leads to sales is the goal of every business. The ones that are successful always ensure that their marketing strategies incorporate a solid foundation, which includes their website, their online business listings, their reviews, and their other social marketing initiatives. Having any cracks in the foundation is going to lead to an ineffective marketing strategy. It's going to lead to a lot of loss of potential customers, and even worse, it's going to drive sales to your competition. So how these interested customers or leads start falling out of the funnel, it starts with the research that they're doing when they're looking at those online listings. If there's any missing information in that consumer's journey, typically it's going to end right there, right? If they don't have a website to go to or a phone number to call, it's going to cause that business to start losing customers. So when people are finally interested in what they want to buy or from that business, they're going to go to the business listing. It takes them, of course, to the next step of the customer journey, which is that business reputable? Is it someone that I want to buy from? And this trust is going to be gained through what other customers are saying about that business in their online reviews. Businesses that get lots of reviews are the clear-cut winners when it comes to attracting new customers. And that's because reviews lead to higher visibility and increases in search rankings. Of course, reviews are also important in ensuring that you respond to them, whether they be positive or negative ones. You want to build trust amongst your customers or your consumers. By responding to the reviews, it shows that you care. It shows that businesses care, and it provides a positive customer experience. Essentially, more reviews equals more money. And then finally, people generally want to buy from businesses they like. People want to buy from things, not just people want to buy from businesses they like. People like buying things from and knowing people they like. Whether it be liking their products that they sell, whether it be liking their service that they do, or their brand. Social media is going to be the perfect way for that consumer to go about this during the discovery phase. They're going to see all the great things that your company is doing on Facebook. And then there's websites. Websites are important because it's giving that consumer additional information. If finding that information is difficult, it's going to be a blocker to sales. So you want to optimize your website as much as possible to give the consumer the information that they're looking for. Again, as I mentioned before, if a business's marketing foundation is unstable, it's going to lead to cracks and a loss of potential customers. Here's the kicker. Let's say the consumer's already down the funnel, and they want to purchase something from that business on the left. They become interested after they heard a radio ad, then they look up the business online and they find a whole bunch of negative reviews. Are they going to start from the top again? They've already established a need. No, they're not going to start their research again. What they're going to do is buy from your competition. They're going to go to the next stage. They've already established a need. They're going to go directly to who can service them the best. So what this means is that your advertising, or the business advertising, is helping their competition get new customers because they're creating an awareness of the products and services, and then the person is choosing someone else. Case in point, I was recently looking to buy a new dresser for my daughter. I saw a Wayfair commercial, of course, which led me to their site. But after doing some research and reading a number of negative reviews, I chose to buy from another local company. Of course, on the other end of the spectrum, you can use your competition's advertising to your advantage. By ensuring that your businesses can be found, trusted, and liked, you have a better chance of using that competition's advertising dollars to work for you. I mean, beating the competition can not only is super rewarding, but then when you start using their own marketing dollars, that's going to be extremely satisfying to your customer. So the key thing here is we want to ensure that the essentials are in place. We want to make sure the foundation of any marketing strategy is solid. This foundation is going to consist of the 4 pillars. Of course, you need 4 pillars for a solid foundation. Listings, are you found? Reputation, are you trusted? Social, are you liked? And websites, how easy is it to convert? This story is not something that is new. It's changed because people have more access to information than they ever have. So now a business's virtual doorway is just as important or even more important than their physical doorway. So listings, what are listings? Listings are a business's digital footprint. It's your online business card. It lets people know who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. When it comes to business listings, you want to spread the word. You want to let as many people know as possible. It's not just about being listed on Google. It's about being found on as many sites as you can, wherever someone might be looking for those products and services. Of course, business listings, the basics are going to include a business name, their phone number, their address, and their website. This is absolutely critical that this information is correct across the web. It's not a must-have. It's non-negotiable. You need to have it if you want your partners to be successful. One of the biggest challenges and problems that business owners face is how do they get listed on these sites? How do they update their online listings? Of course, each of these sites have their own way of handling this. Google requires a claiming process or a verification process, and there's others that will only let you update their listings if you pay them. Most business owners, they don't have the time to figure this out or the knowledge, so this is where you offer your services. Luckily with us, with Vendacity, it's easy to get started. All you have to do is give us the correct information. Now we can update it across the webs with our tools and solutions. When it comes to the search engines, we all know that Google dominates the industry. Every business's goal should be to be on the top 3 or the snack pack, as this is going to represent the majority of all the search engine traffic for those businesses. I'm going to give you some helpful tips to get them there. The first and most important thing that you need to do is claim that listing so that it can be optimized. This is going to include their name, address, and phone number and website, but it can also include their hours of operation, their business category, what they sell, accepted payment methods, photos, and other information customers are looking for. Google's also going to take a priority on the reviews. Businesses with the most reviews, as you probably already know, show up higher on search rankings. So frequency and volume are big factors to this. Claiming claiming a listing, I should say, is also going to be necessary because it allows you to respond to those customer reviews. So when a business listing, when you get to that snack pack and you open up a business listing is expanded, you see all that enhanced business information. You know, that are they open, the hours of operation, the pictures and the reviews. Some of the cool features as well that I like to see is, do they have free Wi-Fi? Especially if I'm going to a restaurant, if I'm out of town, I don't want to be roaming. I'd rather use the free Wi-Fi network, and so that I don't have to pay any additional fees on my cell bill. Every business needs to understand the importance of this when appearing in search. With correct listings and verified Google My Business account, this is going to improve their search engine ranking. So there are 3 solutions that I mentioned before that we provide to our customers, and they all need to be a part of your overall strategy. The first one is manual claiming. Claim those most popular sites where people are leaving reviews. This is going to include Google, it's going to include Bing, Facebook, and Yelp. Next will be to utilize automation to the data providers, Newstar, Group, Factual, and Axiom. And then finally, by using Listing Sync, we're going to update and fix those listings across a number of sites. By incorporating all these services into a listing solution, your clients are going to see the value, the ROI they're looking for. It's going to go a long way to building your clients' trust and the reason, of course, why they hired you in the first place. So let's talk a little bit more about these solutions that we provide. Our data aggregation service is also known as listing distribution. It's our direct feed to the 4 data providers. We can update the business information directly on those databases. One thing to note, however, unlike our Listing Sync product, this information is going to take time to disseminate. You're not going to see this huge spike in listing accuracy overnight. It's not a quick fix, but it's going to help solve the problem. It's going to correct erroneous data across the web, but it's going to take some time. I like to compare it to like planting a seed, growing a plant. It's going to take time for that tree to grow, and it's going to take longer for it to bear fruit. One of the strengths of our platform, of course, is our reporting. We can provide your customers with insight into the listings getting fixed on those data providers so they can see their money at work. One of the biggest benefits when it comes to listing distribution is the increase in the number of citations. Citations are defined as a mention about that business, whether it be their name, their address, or their phone number, on other web pages. This can include the online listings, and this can include many other sites. The number of citation plays an important role in a business's search ranking. Citations are particularly important in certain industries such as plumbers and electricians. This is where many of those contractors don't have their own website. So without that information, search engines are going to rely heavily on whatever information they can find. As mentioned, listing distribution is not a quick fix. It's going to take time. For that quick fix, we do have that problem solved as well. We introduced a product called Listing Sync. It's going to be the most efficient way that you can find to fix listings directly on the site. We have the free version of it, which allows you to update Google, Facebook, and Twitter. You just have to claim the accounts and connect to our platform. This, of course, is going to provide instant results on those sites. You're going to be more efficient when the time comes to update any of this information or change any of this information. When you need immediate results on other sites, we provided a paid version of Listing Sync called Listing Sync Pro. This doesn't require any claiming to be done, so there's no manual work to be done. It's all automatic. It'll automatically update listings across a number of sources. Our Listing Sync Pro solution can be utilized as part of your existing packages, or you can sell it as a standalone if you want to sell it as an upsell. So depending upon what you're already currently doing, this is a great feature to add. Of course, businesses are going to see this information update all over the web. You're going to see immediate results, which will increase their listing score, and it's going to increase their chances of getting found online. One of the cool things is that we're not only updating those online sites, but we cover a number of automotive GPS systems. These are becoming more and more standard in cars. As you probably, if you bought a new car in the last year or two, you're going to see GPS systems standard in those cars. Why it's even becoming more important, though, is that with autonomous cars on the horizon, it's going to become like you're going to need that. So now you can tell your car, go here or go there, and it'll drive you there. So being a part of those GPS system is going to be important as we start seeing the rise of autonomous cars. And then the last and third and the most important way to update listings is through our digital agency. Manually claiming a listing is a must by either your client, yourself, or using our internal agency. There's a number of benefits to claiming listings, and these is going to include the ability to respond to reviews. It's also including the ability to optimize a listing so that you can add pictures, you can update payment methods, and if you're working in the restaurant industry, you can also add menus in a lot of sites. Our agents are going to act like your company's representatives. This is going to avoid confusion. It's also going to provide that premium touch. If you have those high value clients, they're going to have someone to talk to. It's going to allow them to have that person that over the phone conversation and that touch that a lot of those businesses are looking for. So the last thing I want to touch on is if you are looking for help selling our solutions to your customers, we have a lot of resources that you can utilize. We have white label resources that you can add to your email campaigns or even your own website. You can go and download videos from our resource center or our support page. There's even presentations scripts that you can use so you can have a talk track when you're talking with your customers. I'd also suggest that you check out our YouTube channel of real presentations that our VP, George Leith, has done when conducting seminars with our partners. And then finally, you want to visit our blog. There's great content there that you can share with your customers. Also read and get helpful tips and advice when selling the importance of listings. Thanks again, everyone, for your time. I hope this webinar was helpful and gives you the ammunition you want to go out and start selling. Please don't hesitate to contact me with any comments or questions. Give me a call or connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm Song Ratanavong, signing off from sunny Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, hoping you have a wonderful and prosperous week.